Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful week so far. I just got home from the beach. I spent 3 days down in Clearwater Beach with my good friend Trish from List Perfectly, and we hung out on the beach and went to the aquarium with Dalton. We had a really, really fun time, and now it's time to go back to work. So Monday was Columbus Day. If you missed it, I hope you didn't go to the post office for no reason. I almost did. So hopefully those of you that remembered enjoyed having that extra day off from packing. And I'm going to go a little bit out of order this week, and we are going to do a high dollar what sold. So we had over 15 sales on eBay that were over $50. So these are all high profit items, ones that you really need to know if you are looking to increase your average sales price, which I hope is the goal of everyone. And unfortunately, we didn't have any high dollar what solds on Etsy or Poshmark, which is absolutely crazy to me, but we did have some. And we also had our first sales on Whatnot as static platform. So I'm going to show you those as well. And we had one over on Mercari. So I'm going to show you all of these. They are all my sales, all sold for over $50. The majority of these sold really fast. So they are items to keep an eye out for, or if you have them already, get them listed. And I am really excited to share them with you right now. We are going to start with the one Mercari sale we had over $50, and that is this beautiful Taxco Mexico alpaca black onyx bracelet screwback earrings. So what you really want to focus on here is that this is alpaca. This is not sterling silver. It is silver tone, but not a precious metal. And this set sold for $85 over on Mercari. So Mercari is a good platform. They have low fees, and I absolutely love selling there. Beautiful pair of clip-on earrings. Here you can see these are marked with alpaca. If you do not know, alpaca is a nickel-based metal. It does not have sterling in it at all, but they have some beautiful alpaca pieces. I used to buy tons of alpaca pieces. I have kind of shied away from that here lately, but I have gotten a few in some costume jewelry lots that I've purchased. This set I'm only $10 in. It sold for $85, so it's actually over a $65 profit, and this one sold in under a month. We are going to start eBay off with this gorgeous handcrafted aventurine tiger eye gemstone necklace. I did put jade gemstone heavy. This one I was really excited about because it was not branded and it sold in under a month. I sent out a best offer of 10% off for $51. It was accepted. And I only paid about $5 for this necklace. So this necklace is over a $35 profit very fast. So there you can see the tiger's eye and jade. This was a very heavy, well-made, nice polished stones. That is why I priced it so high. So once you've handled a lot of gemstone jewelry, you will get a feel for necklaces that are better made, that have higher quality of stones. And that is exactly what I felt with this one. And that is why I priced it where I did. This lace took over a year to sell, but it was $1 into 55. 55 times your money. How can you beat that? If you're ignoring lace at thrift stores, garage sales, estate sales, please do not. I have made hundreds, probably thousands of dollars off of lace in the last year. So this one I took a best offer of $55. Again, only paid $1 for this. I got a bunch of them in an online estate lot, and this one is over a $40 profit. Took a while, but I am willing to wait when I'm getting more than 50 times my money. This and the next one I'm going to show you, I think I might have underpriced. And I say that because both of them sold within 10 minutes of me listing them. Tell me down in the comments, how do you feel when something sells in under an hour of you listing it? Are you like me where you wonder, did I price this too low? What happened? And I will tell you, it was two different buyers. It was not the same buyer. So this is a Daguerreotype portrait. I did put distinguished older man, gray hair, antique leather case. A lot of times with the daguerreotype and tintype photos, what increases the value is the subject matter of the photo. So this one was really hard to see. You can see it definitely has some wear. I priced it at $59.99. It even has water damage, as you see. Really, really not in the best of condition, and sold for $59.99. I'm about $5 in, so this one's over a $40 profit in less than 10 minutes of listing. The last one, I don't really feel as if I underpriced, but this one I think I might have. This is an antique 1850s daguerreotype. I did put portrait leather case, young man, boy, hat, and photo frame. Also listed this one at $59.99, also sold in less than an hour, and also over a $40 profit. So this one is in a little better shape than that last one, and I think I probably could have got better. With these, for me, I just price where I feel like they'll sell, and I think with this one, I lowballed myself a little bit. J King is a name that you need to know if you do not already. The DTR is what the jewelry is marked. And this is a faceted labradorite. I paid 30 bucks for this. So I actually paid quite a bit because there were some expensive pieces. So this one sold for a best offer of $62, making it only about a $24 profit because I paid close to 30 for it. But it sold in just a couple of months. I love labradorite, and there was a very high dollar piece in the same lot. So I am okay with that. With J King popular pieces, I will pay up if I think they are going to sell fast. And that is something I think you should really take into consideration when you're figuring out what percent you're willing to pay for an item. Hey guys, I just wanted to talk to you for a second about this great app that I found out about. It is called Clover, and it is a cash advance app that allows you to borrow up to $250 without any credit checks, without any late fees or any interest. So I think that is absolutely amazing. I know as a new reseller, it was sometimes hard to come up with the cash to be able to buy inventory that I want to buy. So with Clover, you can get up to $250, and the average is $93, which is a lot of inventory, especially if you buy like I do and just spend $1 each on an item. Or if you have an unexpected bill or expense come up, it's really great to have the option to be able to get that cash with no fees, no interest, no credit check. They do have express fees if you want to get the money faster. That is the only fee that is there. So they're very, very transparent, which I like. The app is super easy to use. It's easy to navigate, and it's really great just to have the peace of mind knowing that you have an option to get a little bit of extra cash if you might need it. So I will put a link down in the video description for you. I also will prop a QR code up on the screen that you are able to use just to let them know that I sent you. I would really, really appreciate it. And I do appreciate them sponsoring this video. And I also want to say not everybody will be approved, and the cash advances go from $25 up to $250, with the average being $93. And that express fees may apply if you want to get that cash quickly. This North Face puffer sold in less than a month, and it's a size small. I did put hoodie, patent leather, and shiny. Accepted a best offer of $62, and very, very fast. So this one I actually got in an online estate lot of North Face items, and I paid less than $10 for it. We'll say 10 just for the sake of math. And this one is going to be about a $42 profit. Another 10% off offer sold this one for $62.99. This is a vintage iridescent orange or amber glass fluted lampshade, 6 inches tall. I got this at a thrift store for $5, my friends. So do not think you cannot find these. I've actually seen quite a few of the glass lampshades, And you can look to see if they're signed. They are worth quite a bit more than this one is. And this one is going to be about a $42, $43 profit. And it did take 3 months to sell, so not overly long, and really, really pretty. It's hard to see the color variations here. You can see it here. It's almost like a leopard pattern. And this one was an excellent sale, again, from the thrift store. So they are out there, so keep your eye open. Another fast sale, actually in only a few days, and that's because I accepted less than I really wanted. I accepted $65 because we were having a slow sales day. I paid $5 for this one, so it's a $48 profit, but very, very fast. Again, under a week. I have the hiccups. This is a vintage Mexican. I did put inlay size 6, so it was a smaller ring. So that's why I got that $65 offer. And I was like, it's slow sales day. I only paid $5. I'm going to take it. Here you can see beautiful, beautiful colors on that. I might have been better off to use that because you can see that tiger's eye a little bit better in that photo. Here you can see the clear Taxco Mexico stamp. Very, very easy to read. This one's a size 6, just shy of 7 grams. So not overly heavy, and an excellent fast sale. This Ralph Lauren little table lamp took about 3 months to sell, sold for a best offer of $62. I got this for free from a viewer who gave me her inventory. And so this one's close to a $50 profit. You can see the wrinkles in the shade, but I still decided to sell it with it. Here you can see the Ralph Lauren, which was also a little bit worn. So this lamp definitely had flaws, but Ralph Lauren pieces, especially home decor, can sell very, very high. So make sure you keep an eye out. You can see we really wanted to show them the condition of that shade, and it did not stop it from selling fairly fast to me. I think 3 months was a great time. Next up is another one I paid up. I paid $30 for this one. I had it about 3.5 months. So I sent a 30% off offer of $70 out. So that is going to leave us about a $32 profit on this one. And malachite, I have done very, very well with. You can see the striations in that malachite. This one was longer too. It went up to 9 inches, which is a really great size. And we do zoom in to show that stamp whenever there is one. And not as big of a profit as I would have liked, but I am happy that it sold in just 3 months. Another one that was just past that 3-month point. So I sent out a 30% off offer. It sold for $70. This is a vintage Chimayo native wool rug. I did put Aztec tribal, I can talk, hand woven Ortega textile, really small, 22 by 38, sold for $70. I got it in an online auction lot for $5. And I get a lot of rugs in lots, just like I do linens. So this one is close to a $50 profit at that 3-month point, even though I sent 30% off. So when you're buying, you really need to take that into consideration, that you need to have room to accept offers and to be able to go down on your price the longer your items are listed. Surprisingly, this is the first one that took a long time to sell in this video. This one took a little over a year and did take a half off offer, so $70, but I only paid $5 for this one at the thrift store. I was thrift shopping with my good friend Marcia from Red Cardinal Treasures, and she actually picked this up and set it down, and I grabbed it and said, I am taking that. And I'm glad I did, because it's over a $50 profit. So took longer, but I have the space. I am okay waiting. There is that Dalton silicone mold from Ambeth, England. You can see it a little bit better in this picture here. This is a small vase, just 6 inches. And again, thrift store find on the shelf, $5 and over a $50 profit. I just bought a lot of these Lemax Halloween items. One of them is the one I told you sold on Whatnot. And unfortunately, I can't figure out a way to show you the hidden ones or the sold ones, it's like they disappear on Whatnot after they sell. But I sent out a 10% off offer for $80 on this one. I'm about $10 in. So it is a $56 profit in under a week. It sold very fast. And I got, I believe, 10 Lemax Halloween in one lot and 6 or 7 in the other. And I was about $10 into each. So this one is the Spooky Town Lighthouse from 2011. Make sure you watch out for Lemax and Halloween. Some Lemax Christmas also does well. So that's another item you can look for. We, at this point, are probably getting towards the end of when your Halloween items will sell. But for us, they are just like Christmas items, and we list them year round because collectors have items that they're wanting to add, and they keep an eye out for them all year. So definitely don't hold on to items like this. Get them listed as soon as you get them. This one sold in under a month. This is a vintage Semco two-tone 10-karat gold religious crucifix pendant. I did pay $20 for this one. I accepted a best offer of $90, so it is still a $56 profit. So I got this in a lot that was mostly sterling, but there were a couple of gold pieces. This one and another one I'm going to show you here in a few minutes. So here you can see clearly marked 10K Semco, and it is just over an inch. It is 1.14 grams, very, very lightweight, and sold pretty fast and under that month point. Personally, I do very, very few auctions. Only, I would say, under 20 auctions per year. This one, I saw some that sold upwards of $700. I only paid about $5 for this though, but I figured it was worth putting on an auction. I started at $99. I got 3 bids. It sold for $103.50, but it sold in a week because I did a 7-day auction. So this one is over a $70 profit in a week. And it is a Longines women's 10-karat gold filled, not solid 10-karat. And I did put Roman numeral, and it was a mechanical watch. So here you can see it was in pretty darn good condition. It doesn't look like it was worn very much at all. And I put it on the auction because I knew I wanted at least 100 for it, but I was hoping it would go up like that 500, 600, 700 mark. It didn't, but I'm still very happy with what it sold for. And I really want to make the point that if you do an auction, it should be something rare, something sought after, and it should be started at the lowest that you're willing to take. Here is another very, very fast sale. It's another of the Lemaxes. This one is 2006, the Pillager pirate ship. I accepted a best offer of $95, which again is lower than I typically would, but it was a slow sales day. So $64 profit in under a week on this one. This one does say available in Michael's stores only. So when you see ones that are exclusives to certain things, definitely keep an eye out. I love this one. If I decorated for Halloween, this is definitely something that I would put out. So watch for Lemax. Again, Halloween and Christmas, they sell very, very well. With this beautiful amethyst cluster ring, we are up to our top 5. So this is amethyst and tanzanite, and tanzanite is very, very popular. It is not mined anymore. So if you find tanzanite pieces, they are worth paying up for, in my opinion. So this is a size 9, sold for a best offer of $100. I paid $10 for this. So it's about a $72 profit after fees. And this one, you can see it is marked UTC. I did put that in my title. And I don't believe this one was ever worn. There was no wear on it. You can see the dark purple as well as that beautiful lighter purple blue. And really, really nice statement ring. I accepted a little bit lower than I really wanted. Again, we are having a lot of slow sales day, so I really consider offers that I get a little bit harder than I would if sales were doing very, very well. If you find gold, even if it is the smallest little piece, Gold is very high right now. So this is a 14 karat gold heart pendant. It was signed BAB, and I did put vintage estate fine. It was 3/4 of an inch. And this one sold in about a week and a half, pretty fast, sold for $135. Again, this was with the cross in a sterling silver lot. So I'm about $15 into this one, making it over an $85 to $90 profit very, very fast. So I get lucky sometimes, and they'll throw small gold pieces into the sterling lots. I typically do very well. You can see this was exactly 2 grams and a great fast sale on a very small piece. Is probably my favorite piece that we sold over the last 2 weeks, high dollar. This is a vintage bohemian garnet butterfly necklace, sterling silver. I did put intricate antique design. I sent out an offer of $135. It was accepted. I paid $15 for this one. So it is about a $90 to $95 profit in under 2 weeks. Garnet has been really, really hot for me lately. So if you see garnet, I would pick it up. Here you can see this is an 18-inch necklace, just shy of 14 grams. Really, really beautiful design on this. And again, garnet stone jewelry has been selling very, very well for me lately. Number 2 is another piece that was in with the Lamax, but this one is a Department 56. So also keep your eye out for Department 56 Halloween pieces. This one sold so quick, sold in under a week. Those lots were absolutely a great buy, and I did list them the day I got them because I knew we were so close to Halloween. I wanted to get them in, get them up. I have already made my money back on them. This one sold for $157. Again, only $10 in a piece to this one. So this one is $115 profit. I don't overly look at most Department 56, but I will pay attention to the Halloween. Here you can see this one says Grimsley Manor from 1999. And they, it looks like, had written on the box the year 2000. And the box was damaged a little bit, so we did want to show that. You can see there's a rip on it there, but this one still sold very fast and was an amazing, amazing profit. The number 1 selling of the last 2 weeks is this Nate's Straits, and I just saw, I misspelled Straits. This is an original box, vintage martini straight razor in a wooden box. I accepted $255, which is about $70 less than what I was wanting at this point, but it was a slow sales day. When you get a $250 sale on a slow sales day, it is a good day. And I only paid $10. So this one is close to a $200 profit. Beautiful profit. Negotiate a little bit on that price, but made a wonderful, wonderful sale, kicked it into gear. If you are not looking at straight razors, definitely open your eyes up to these because there are some that are worth extremely big amounts of money. I am going to throw up my whatnot here for just a second because something that I think is absolutely amazing happened, and that is that List Perfectly started cross-posting to Whatnot. And if you do not know, you do not have to live sale on Whatnot. They do have a static marketplace, which is what I'm showing you here. And we have had 2 sales. I just started listing there last week, both of them for over $50. So if you are looking for a new platform, definitely check out Whatnot, especially if you are cross-posting using List Perfectly. Great way to get some more sales. So I'm really excited. We're going to slowly start moving our 9,000 sales or listings over to Whatnot and hopefully increase some sales. I was talking to Rod, Picking and Punching, and he said he actually gets more sales on Whatnot than he does with Mercari and Poshmark combined. So if you're looking for a new platform, I definitely would recommend checking out Whatnot. We sold a locket, a brass locket, perfume locket for $60, and we also sold a Lemax Halloween house for $65. So higher sales over there, and definitely impressed so far with the short time that we are listing on the static marketplace. All right, friends, that was everything. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I love sharing the high dollar sales. They are the most exciting, of course, but those bread and butter ones are what keeps our business going. So watch out Friday for a bread and butter video. Those will be some items that are a little bit easier to find, that you can still make a good profit on and not have to invest as much money as you might on some of the ones you saw today. Let me know what your favorite was. Mine was definitely the garnet necklace. I appreciate you watching. Hit the thumbs up, share with your friends. It really helps me, and I appreciate you so, so much.